maybe it's just me or Tia female Lopez just be trolling, or he's trying to convince himself that he's not ducking Devin Haney. But most people with common sense see what he's doing. It's just no way he can justify turning down 11 million after crying and begging and talking about he's underpaid, which to me, um, he ain't underpaid to me. But then you got some people that's trying to buy in and trying to make themselves believe that Tia Fimo is correct because they're more of Devin Haney haters than real boxing fans. And then you got some of these media people being biased, like, Fight Hype and a few other people, you know, the hatred that Devin Haney has received over the past year is just ludicrous, and it's disturbing that people have shown that they don't have common sense, that they're not truthful. And I've seen Ellie Setback basically lying, because Ellie Setback is a complete fraud. Ellie Setback don't even go to Teofimo Lopez fights. He don't even send anybody to Teofimo Lopez fights. But I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But he's sitting up saying Tiafimo is the A side. How in any facet is Tiafimo the A side? Then Tiafimo says, "Oh, Devin needs to look more impressive." But this is the same dude that looked horrible versus Sandor Martin, who really got knocked down twice in that fight and was asking his father in between rounds, "Do I still got it?" Like, dude, if you don't get your ass out of here, like, man, just stop it. This is the same dude that looked mediocre versus Steve Claggett. Okay, he had a great performance against Barbosa, but Devin would have beat Barbosa, you know. But to sit up there and say Devin needs to earn a shot like this dude, like, and first of all, Tiafimo was never undisputed. He never was undisputed, ever. He didn't have all of the belts. So that's a lie within itself. How are you the A side when you fight in ballrooms? I mean, your last fight was in front of basically, invited guests. And then before that, you fought at a ballroom slash theater in Miami that at capacity holds around 4,800 people. Okay, and then before that, you fought against Jermaine Ortiz, a fight that most people thought that you lost. Talking about your last two performances, come on, man. And people just still trying to disregard the fact that Ryan Garcia was full of roids. You know, but at the end of the day, we already know what it is. And then you got people, you got people being company men. You got Tim Bradley basically trying to convince himself and convince people that Tiafimo isn't ducking. What calculated plan he got? The only calculated plan was for him to do what he always does: bring up black fighters' names, and then he won't fight them. And I already knew, just like I was telling my people, like, if he would have fought Boots, he would have found a way to get out of that fight. He would have did a Floyd Schofield. He would have found a way to get out of that fight. He don't really want to fight Terrence Crawford. Damn well Terrence Crawford is occupied with setting up a fight with Canelo. My thing is, people keep talking about, oh well, all he's gonna do is run. Like I said, man, at the end of the day, that's stale now. My thing is, wouldn't it be the best time to fight him since he looks so vulnerable? Like, man, just stop it talking about earning a title. Like, bro, like, for real. You fighting in ballrooms. And I laugh at the fact that Ellie's sitting up tweeting that Tiafimo is the A side. Once again, how is you the A side? And I laugh at the fact that Ellie Setback be sitting up lying. Ellie just showed that he got a bias toward, Terrence Crawford. He got a bias towards Devin Haney. And we'll leave it at that. But the funny thing is, oh, all of a sudden he's so high on Tiafimo Lopez, but he used to say out of his own mouth. The funny thing is, look at Ellie Setback's channel. How many top ranked fights does he cover, or he sends people to cover? He doesn't even come to he doesn't even like covering top ranked fights because he said out of his own mouth he don't make no money. So my thing is, all of a sudden you this diehard Tiafimo fan saying he's the A side, but then you don't come cover his fight. Go look and see how many Tiafimo Lopez fights that Ellie Setback has showed up for. That's just real talk. So I'm completely blowing Ellie's lying ass out the water. You know, you talked about the A side, but you don't even come to his fights. You don't even go cover his fights because you claim you don't get enough views and you don't make no money. I could really go deep into the whole thing with you, the whole dynamics with you and Top Rank, what's going on, but that ain't my business to tell. But I'm just saying that you don't even cover Tiafimo fights. But you saying he the A side, but you showed went out of your way to come see Devin fight in San Francisco. You sure made sure somebody came to cover Devin Haney fights. That's the thing though. Devin Devin gets so many views. Even when you make a video going in on Devin Haney, people are tuning in. So Devin Haney is generating money. He makes people money. And the only reason why Tiafimo is getting a little bit of leeway right now because he's using Devin Haney's name. Because if it was just an interview with Tiafimo, nobody would watch it. So once again, he cloud chasing Devin Haney. The only reason why people watching him talk is because he's bringing up Devin Haney's name. So that just goes to show you the value in Devin Haney. So that just proves once again that Devin Haney is the A side. I just can't believe the BS. You actually got people trying to buy into this. It just goes to show you that people don't have a mind of their own. You look at where Devin Haney has fought his last 5 fights versus where Tiafimo has fought his and how many tickets. It's not even close who sold the most tickets, but Devin is so boring. But they used to say that about Floyd. Just like the Manny Pacquiao fans still cannot get over the fact that Floyd was just a better man on May the 2nd, 2015. Still talking about Floyd was running and all this kind of stuff. Just get over the fact Floyd beat Manny Pacquiao. If they fought 10 times, Floyd would beat him 10 times. That's just basically the truth. Tiafimo was the one crying, talking about, oh, I'm getting pushed to the back burner for black fighters. They can have the black fighters. Like I said, Tiafimo go to sleep at night thinking about black people. Like I said, the dude is a clown and he the worst type of racist. How you gonna sit up here and be trying to talk crazy about black people, but you listening to black people music? You trying to get your hair cut like a black person. You try to talk like a black person. You try to dress like a black person. You are a fucking clown. And I'd say it to your face. And that's the thing, though. You can't really go in on these dudes like you want to, because behind the scenes, they be trying to, they be trying to get your credentials took and be trying to report you and all that type of stuff. But then the thing is, I know a lot of stuff about Tiafimo that I'm just not saying because it ain't my place to tell. But somebody has to say this about this fraud. I want somebody to come on here trying to lie and say that Tiafimo is the A side versus Devin Haney. Like I said, I cannot understand and fathom this hatred that people have for Devin Haney. And to say, oh, it's because he sued and stuff. Like, oh, he should have just took his loss like a man. Would y'all have said that if it was the other way around? Could y'all lying ass Latinos, or should I say Latinos, could y'all really sit up here with a straight face and say, what if it was Devin who tested positive for PEDs versus Ryan Garcia? Would y'all be saying the same thing and Ryan Garcia sued him? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. This has everything to do with race, like most people with common sense understands. Oh, and I just want to say this again. Latinos did not help create hip hop. You didn't create jack shit. Oh, and another thing, stop lying saying that you helped boost the career of Tupac Shakur. Stop lying, because I got a video where I'm going to blow that out the water. Just stop recreating shit. On another thing that you Latinos uh been trying to lie about also, you did not create the Crip Walk as well. Like stop like hey, like get off black people's nutsacks and stop lying and stop trying to attach yourself to our history, because you ain't part of it. Okay? So that's three things. You didn't so and you can go send this to John Leguizamo. John Leguizamo, uh, get your research together before you sit up there and tell a bold-faced lie. Nobody didn't copy no Hispanics did not get the Crip Walk from y'all. I don't even see how he could sit up there and tell a bold-faced lie. Oh, and by the way, you didn't make Tupac neither. Tupac was discovered by black people, black artists. He was discovered by Digital Underground. Shock G, rest in peace to Shock G, is black. Money B is black. Okay? Stop it. And then you going by the fact that Johnny J, who happened to be Mexican, whose real name was Johnny Jackson, he really a white Hispanic, if you want to get technical, but nevertheless, rest in peace to Johnny J. So that's your way of saying that, okay, I'm gonna destroy that too. Like I said, that video is coming soon. I might do that video this weekend where I'm about to poke holes in another one of your lies. So just stop it. Y'all can't mess with me. Like I said, one thing I'm not gonna allow is people to attach themselves to black people's history and try to recreate history, rewrite. Nah, you didn't create hip hop. It was created by black people, foundational black people, with a sprinkle of help from Jamaican, Caribbean uh, black people, but really it was invented by foundational black Americans. And Tupac was discovered by black people, and Tupac's biggest hits were produced by black people. Don't fuck with me. And black people created the Crip Walk. They did not get that from the Latinos. Oh, don't worry about that. I'm finna destroy that. Yeah, like the Latinos at it again. Once again, trying to attach themselves to black history. Like I said, I'll tell you, everybody. I mean, people make it look like black people are so useless in the world, but without us, you wouldn't. The world wouldn't spin. Like I say, people wake up thinking about black people. But like I said, I understand why Tiafimo Lopez have this envy and an admiration for black people, is because we're just so cool. He don't even have a country behind him. He from his family's background is from Honduras. What famous Honduran fighter you could think of? Like I said before, the dude is a culture vulture and a racist at the same time. And like I said, Ellie sitting up here lying, talking about he the B side, and that Devin is the B side to Tiafimo Lopez, who fight like once again who fights in ballrooms. Once again, a dude who can't sell out the parking lot at Starbucks. But he's so popular. He's so popular. This man been fighting it. This man's last few fights. And the funny thing is, they didn't try to put that dude at regular arenas, but he can't sell no tickets. When he fought Sandor Martin, a fight that many people thought that he lost, he only had like 6,000 people. Do you know it costs $500,000 at Madison Square Garden just to turn on the lights? You know how much money Top Rank lost on Teofimo Lopez? That's why they've been putting him in ballrooms, because he can't sell no tickets. Then they tried to put him, at the Mandalay Bay, a smaller venue, versus Jermaine Ortiz, another fight that people thought he lost. And he only sold about 6,000 tickets. And then no telling how many was comped. But you got these dudes talking like he the A-side. Tim Bradley, come on, man. Stop the bullshit, man. You making a fool of yourself, man. What master plan T.O. got? What bargaining chip he got? This was the dude crying about money. And he got offered $11 million. And he backed out of it because he ain't sure of himself. Yeah, he tried to talk all this stuff about black people, but he won't fight an elite black fighter. He won't. He won't. He proved it. Why do you care about how Devin fought in his last fight? He's supposed to be a prize fighter. And like I said, I'm going to say this again before I close the video out. Ellie sat back on this channel telling a flat out lie. He's sitting up there basically posting something on his channel. I guess Teofimo did something, I don't know, a Clubhouse or something, where he was lying. When I heard that fool say Devin have to earn a shot, boy, if you don't get your ass out of here. And then Ellie, all of a sudden, he a Teofimo fan. And I'm telling you right now, y'all done seen me cover plenty of Top Rank events. Ellie don't never be there, and he doesn't send anybody there because he claims he doesn't make any money covering Top Rank fights. I done asked him several times when I see him at a non-Top Rank event. Y'all know I've been covering boxing for a minute now. I've been covering fights since 2018. I think me, myself, I've only saw Ellie setback or him send one person to a Top Rank event maybe 3 times. So he's sitting up lying. So I'm blowing his lying ass out the water. That came out of his own mouth. No, I just don't. I'm probably not going to go to it because I usually don't make any money. I don't really get no views. And Teofimo is a Top Rank fighter, and Teofimo don't get no views. Only reason why he getting views because he keep bringing up Devin Haney, because people want to hear what he has to say about Devin Haney. If Teofimo was just doing a regular interview, nobody would watch that shit because he don't bring in no views. Like I said, if a picture of Devin Haney shows up on anybody's outlet, it leads to tens of thousands of views. And this is why you know Devin Haney is a hot commodity. So there you have it. Devin a hot commodity. Every time somebody make a video with Devin Haney at the title, they get views, they make money. Devin is making money. Bill is making people money. The only reason why Teofimo is gaining some traction and his popularity is up because he's attached to Devin Haney. He's attached to ducking Devin Haney, and he needs to bring up Devin Haney's name to get views. So at the same time, he talking about Devin Haney, but he won't sign a contract to get his ass in the ring with Devin Haney. Duck, duck, goose. Flat out duck. Listen, for $11 million, I would get in the ring. I ain't worried about how nobody look. And why you worried about how he fought in his last fight? If that's the case, then Canelo shouldn't be fighting Terrence Crawford because Canelo looked like trash in his last fight. But nobody ain't worried about how Canelo looked in his last fight. Once again, they only worried about how Devin looked. Excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. So I'm gonna get off this stream, but I just wanted to get my point across. I just wanted to blow Tiafimo uh and Tim Bradley and line as Ellie Setback out the water. Anyway, this your boy Town. I'm out.